What's up, guys? It's your boy Chaotik, and today we're going to be talking about Chaos Zero Nightmare because I've been having a lot of fun with this game. I definitely didn't expect to make any content on it, but the amount of fun that I'm having kind of just makes me want to explore making builds and playing with different characters just to see what is possible. I've even kind of started working on a build revolving around Tressa, Renoa, and I think it's going to be Mika at the end because she applies healing, but I think I'm focused on making a full-on Agony build just to deal as much damage over time as possible. But we're going to start by talking about Tressa. Today, the focus is on her because I want to kind of show the Agony build that I have on her. It's not done. I'm still kind of messing around with some things, but what I have so far is very, very fun, and I didn't expect this to be a thing. So to kick things off, what does Tressa do? What makes her special? Well, she applies a damage over time mechanic called Agony, and basically Agony just gets applied to the enemy, and after every single turn, it deals damage to the enemy on top of the damage that you're already doing during your turn. So you'll deal damage during your turn, then depending on how much Agony you have applied, it'll deal more damage to the enemy after the turn is over. It is fixed damage, so it is a certain amount, but you can continuously increase the amount of Agony that you apply to the enemy, which results in more damage. So you can see right here, every single one of the cards, with exceptions to healing, every single one of her cards deals damage, and the ones that don't, deals Agony damage, and the ones that don't say it deals Agony damage, it leads to dealing Agony damage. For example, the Unsheathed Dagger. Every single one of her daggers deal Agony damage. So when you use this card, it creates 2 Shadow Daggers, and for each Shadow Dagger that you use, it applies 2 Agony. That really does some crazy damage when you apply a lot of Agony to the enemy. And this is built into her entire kit. She's one of the only characters that I found so far that straight out the gate, she applies Agony to every single enemy that she targets with her damage. Every single one of her cards does Agony damage. So this has been really fun to play around with. And after doing a Chaos run, I found a very special card. But first, I want to kind of show you guys how my character is built, so there's a lot of transparency here in terms of how much damage she's doing. So the partner that I have is, I think it's Eloise. Sorry if that's wrong, but the combatant's attack card damage increases by 10% when the combatant's first exhaust card, which her daggers are exhaust cards, or first gains a status ailment card, Agony, which I believe it's talking about Agony, their attack card damage increases by 12% for 1 turn. All right, and then for her ego skill, for 1 turn, when a card is exhausted, 1 weaken is applied to a random enemy. This is something she already does. Weaken is the mechanic that reduces 25% of the damage that they apply to you. So it is very, very sick that this is something that is implemented within her kit. But yeah, this is something that I have applied to her. It's already level 40. Her save data, I'm going to get to that in a moment. These are her potentials. So I have it so that more Agony is applied when I use her daggers. I also have it so her unique cards, her neutral cards, and her basic cards all deal more damage, shield gain, and healing. So +2 on the basic cards, +3 on the neutral cards, and 1 on unique. Like I said, I'm not done building her just yet. And then in terms of memory fragments, I have all of this. Basically, I have a set focused on dealing more void damage with her exhausted cards, which are her daggers, and I have a 2-piece set that allows me to deal more damage to enemies afflicted with Agony, 10% more damage. So this has been very helpful. I've actually just completed this specific part today, so I haven't had a good chance to test it just yet. And in terms of her ego, her dupes, I only have 2 of her dupes. So Cursed Gorge and Agony damage increase with her daggers. So yeah, I just want to make sure there's a lot of transparency here when I talk about the damage and stuff, because me sitting here showing you guys a build, and then when you try it, it doesn't work as well or works better, you're just kind of confused. So just want to be transparent. So now let's get to the save data. The save data is actually kind of experimental because some of these things I'm not really sure if they work. And for example, this deals extra attack. I'm not sure if her Agony counts as extra attack, so I'm kind of just playing around with that. This is just for defense, and this is for her basic cards. I got this during a chaos run as well, so yeah, this is very much experimental in terms of her equipment. But when we talk about the actual cards here, you'll quickly see why this is different and so freaking cool to play. So her daggers are as expected. They deal 2 Agony for every card, for every single one of her dagger throws. The Touch of Darkness is a healing ability. We'll get back to that in a second because the healing is very important. Unsheathed Dagger, which basically creates 2 shadow daggers, but for every single one of those daggers that are created with this card, it adds +3 Agony effect to the created shadow dagger, and it also draws 1 card. So I have 2 of these in this deck and that really does some crazy damage once you get everything aligned perfectly. I have this curse card, which applies 2 Agony to all enemies at the start of a turn. So every single time a turn starts, 2 Agony is applied to all enemies on the field. Then I have Shadow Reload, which creates a shadow dagger every single time I'm healed, which goes back to this card. This card is very important, and having a healer on the team with this character is very important because of this specific card. It allows me to create daggers every single turn. It's very rare that I don't have a turn where I'm able to create a dagger. And that is why I said on that Agony team that I'm building, I need someone like Mika. So it's very, very important. Or go ahead and show the character, Mika. So continuing on with the cards that I have, Vital Attack. This card is a godsend when applying damage to an enemy shield. If a target has Agony applied, it does +70 damage, but it already does a ton of damage without the Agony applied. So this is just insane. And then we have Cursed Gorge, which is the first dupe, you know? It applies Agony as well as to weaken. And then I have my second Unsheathed Dagger. This set right here has been insane to play with. Everything just works so well together. So at the beginning of every single turn, I get this card as well as this card, and I'm able to use those consistently every single time I use Tressa on a team. You start off by using these upgrade cards. For those who don't know, upgrade cards are one time applied, and then it just works throughout the entirety of that battle. From there, you're consistently doing Agony to the enemy. Every single time you do a dagger throw, Agony. Every single time that I unsheath the dagger, create some daggers, and then use those daggers on the enemy. These daggers right here, Agony. Every single time I heal, it creates another one of these daggers, Agony. This build is insane. Now I'm gonna show it to you guys because seeing is believing. This thing is absolutely fun. It actually made some of the fights that I've done in the chaos so much easier for no reason. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys as I play, but I wanted to describe all this stuff to you guys so you'll know exactly what I'm doing as I'm doing it. And yeah, let's get on to the demonstration. All right, in order to demonstrate this, I'm going to go to chapter 2 hard. This isn't the best demonstration, but I don't have any stamina and I really want to make a video on this. So I'm going to work with what we have. Now, usually I have Haru here, but because I am working on a build for all 3 of them, I'm going to use Rinoa instead because Haru is just busted and it might take away from the damage that I'm trying to show off from Tressa. So as you can see at the very beginning, Curse is available, as well as Shadow Reload, which this is what applies or gives me a shadow dagger every single time healing is done to the team. And I'm gonna start this off by using no, we'll use this. This will give me a wave, but this is kind of not really important right now. So next turn, you can see there's already Agony applied and it did some damage to the enemies. This is going to be applied every single time a turn starts. See that? So now I have, this is perfect. So I can use Source of Water to get more AP as well as do some healing. So we're gonna do Cursed Gorge on one of them, which applies Weaken and some Agony. We're gonna go ahead and add both of these, which will heal. That's 1 dagger, 2 daggers. Now this is kind of a waste because there's no healing needed, but we're trying to kill these things as quickly as possible. You see all this Agony being applied, all this purple? After the turn is over, all that is going to be depleted from the enemy's health. In the next turn, he's just gonna die. So the reason why I want Renoa also to be on this team is because she also can apply Agony, but I have to get that in the chaos. So she's not ready yet to demonstrate that. But we're gonna do a dagger throw, do some healing. This is gonna give me another dagger. I'm gonna go ahead and apply this to this enemy, and then we're gonna end the turn and both of them are going to die. All right. Now I found the only healing ability that does not give me a dagger is this one. I don't know why, but this specific card just doesn't work with the build. So I haven't been really taking advantage of that as much as I could. We're gonna go ahead and apply as much Agony as we can to big fella right here. We're gonna go ahead and use, wait, do I have any dirge bullets? Yes, I used one. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and just imagine if she's able to do Agony with all these abilities that she has, and then after the turn, right before the Agony is deals any damage to the enemy, she shoots them and deals more Agony. That would be so sick. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this on him because look at how much health was taken away from him. And put this on you. Both dead. This is gonna give me another dirge bullet. This is gonna take the dirge bullets and no, this is the draw pile. Okay. We're going to apply Agony to the enemy. 2 dirge bullets. Agony. Source of Water. This is also going to apply some deal more damage because of the Agony that's applied to him. Easy. This build is just so much fun. So much fun. All right, same thing. Same 3 cards. Agony was just applied to the enemy. Okay, we don't have many cards that we can use to create some daggers. This doesn't happen too often, but Agony damage. All right, so Cursed Gorge, dagger, healing, which is going to give me another dagger, and then shock, which actually adds vulnerable. I should have used that much sooner, but whatever. Agony. This is all about Agony. This is just a healing Agony build. Dagger, make sure that Agony is applied. We're going to use this card, Annihilation. Do I even need it? Yeah, it's just a little bit of health was remaining. And this is when things get cool, when you got both of these. Oh, look at that. So now I got this to give me another dagger. And then we just apply all of this. Now keep in mind, you still might get damage because of the action turns. Some healing, another dagger. Some healing, another dagger. And then I can probably do, I think I had, no, I didn't. Look at that. That is crazy, man. And then I just end the turn because he's dead. That's pretty much how the build works. Like, it is very, very simple to use this kind of build against bosses, enemies of all types. This character here, everyone has her. There's no excuse for not building this character because she's just absolutely strong. So let me know what you think in the comment section below. The whole purpose of this video is to simply show you the build. You can improve on it. Anything that you need to do to improve upon this build, just go ahead and do so. This is just a concept that I'm working on. I'm not completely done with it. Once Renoa has her Agony stuff, then I could show you the entire build and everything. There's also one more card that I just haven't been able to build just yet. This right here. This card here, if I didn't have the card that would heal, this is a card that I would want. So if I was able to duplicate the Shadow Reload card and make one of them this one, this build would be nasty. But not sure if I can do that. It's probably either one or the other, but this build is absolutely sick. And if you can build it, go ahead and try it. I'm gonna try and see if there's any way that I can get better equipment that will make this build even better. But we're limited to stamina, guys. There's only so much that I can do in a day. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Have a wonderful day. Stay healthy, stay safe, stay chaotic. Love you guys. Peace out.